What's good, everybody? It's your boy Cash. Welcome back to the channel. Bit of a different video than you usually see on here today. Wanted to talk about a recent interview that sparked quite a bit of discussion. Camron's appearance on CNN. After I go over his appearance on there, I'm going to let you know why what he did was a bad look. So for those who might not be aware, Cam, a well-known figure in the music industry, Harlem raised, which is like 10 minutes from me, and he was on CNN the other night, and that interview did not go over so well. This guy was cooning it and making himself look terrible. But let's take a look at the interview and see the parts that he embarrassed himself in, and then we're going to talk about it.
Thanks for being here. First, when you saw that video of Diddy, Cassie in that hotel, did you recognize that Sean Combs?
What I want to say, first of all, when I seen the video, everything in the video is egregious. I'm against. I don't support all the charges that's alleged against him. I don't support any of that trafficking, minors, domestic violence. I'm totally against it. So when I seen the video, yeah, I was kind of upset with it. Being that I know him, he's not necessarily a friend, but yeah, I was upset when I seen it. But
did you recognize
everything
him?
I just said.
Did you recognize that kind of anger at all from your experiences?
I don't know like that. What do you mean? Do I be recognized? Did I recognize him? I seen him. What do you mean my experiences? I seen him and I thought it was disgusting. I didn't do a zoom in to see if it was really him or nothing, but he admitted it was him. So yeah, it was him.
What did you think about the apology that he gave in that other video?
Ain't me for this. The apology ain't for me to decide. For Cassie. What I think about it don't matter. He ain't do nothing to me. Cassie need to ask Cassie if she accept the apology. I told you how I feel. I said what I said.
I want to play a conversation that you had on.
All right, so that was the beginning of the interview, because to be fair, I didn't only want to put the parts where Cam was sounding crazy and embarrassing himself. Had he just done what he did for the first minute and change of that interview with Abby Phillips, he would have been straight. Duck the questions, clean it up, make it clear, hey, wasn't my man's like that. I just knew him. I ain't even mad at that. Promote your podcast, whatever. I ain't never been a guest, but I've watched many interviews and I listened to an ungodly amount of podcasts and rarely heard someone go on a platform and not get a chance to pitch whatever bullshit they selling when the interview is over. But now I'm going to play for the parts for y'all where he was acting like a niggatron.
Can you tell us a little bit more about that? I mean, is there something known in the industry about how Diddy treated his artists?
So I'm going to get some cheeks after this horsepower joint.
So personally, I found the interview to be cringe as fuck. Not just for Cam, but for the whole black community. Without me getting into it too much, let's just say there's a certain demographic on CNN. And while one person should never represent a community, let's just keep it real. That's going to be a lot of people's first and last impression of Cam. Now, let me be clear. This ain't an attack on Camron as a person. If you actually watch or listen to anything he does, you're probably not surprised. More so, this is a critique on how he handled the situation. He embarrassed himself and Shorty interviewing him, Abby Phillips. This was just as cringe as Pat Bev bum-ass telling the reporter to subscribe to his podcast.
There was a couple of chances this game, like many of the others, where within a bucket of possession here.
Oh, excuse me, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Before I finish.
Yeah.
You subscribe to my pod?
Do I subscribe to you? I do not subscribe.
So you can't interview me then.
Okay,
No
well,
disrespect.
Jamal is here.
You subscribe? Okay, cool.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Again, there were a couple times within a bucket or two. In previous games, y'all have been able to kind of get over that hump, or maybe.
Mic on my face, please? Yeah, thanks.
Was it anything they did in particular, or was it just one of those where the bucket didn't go down, there wasn't the stop, they made one? What kind of prevented that you all from being able to get over, kind of like you have in the past?
You'll move that mic, please, or just get out the circle, please, for me, please, ma'am. If you're not subscribed to my pod, I appreciate it. Thank you. I think they play really well at home. You have to give them a lot of credit.
That was some lame shit, but that's why his bum ass gonna be out the league soon anyway. Been on like 37 teams in 3 years. But whatever. Back to Cam. Not saying it's gonna be the end all be all, but look at this tweet from Jamel Hill on X. She basically breaks down this unlikely Cam didn't know what they were bringing him on for, basically going over the booking process for CNN. Looking at these, in the off chance he didn't know, then someone on his team dropped the ball. But even if you want to play dumb, as he sounded, let's pretend for a second this question came completely out of left field, because I do think they only want to bring people like him for bullshit. But after that stunt, could you blame them? So I'm going to play the section for y'all where he looked confused about the line of questioning he was getting from Abby.
I can't really tell you how Puff moves or anything like that. Mace may know better than me because he was signed to Puff. I wasn't. But my show does come on at 8 a.m. Eastern on YouTube. It's called It Is What It Is, and y'all make sure y'all check it out. I mean, I might get some more information out of Mace from there, but for me to tell you how Puff act and all that, I don't know. I never was signed to him.
Yeah. What about the industry in general? I mean, so many people have pointed out that Diddy couldn't get away with this stuff if there weren't a lot of people protecting him. Do you think that's the case?
Who the talent agent for this joint? Like, you think I'll be sitting around watching what Diddy do and all this? I didn't know this was a Diddy joint that y'all invited me to. Yo, who booked me for this joint?
All right.
Wow, and I'll be sitting
Camron,
around watching Diddy and all that. Yeah,
thanks,
man, come on, man. That's
thanks
just
for
crazy,
joining
man.
us. Thank you for your time.
First off, shout out to her for keeping it professional. Personally, I'd have been like, man, take that gas station dick juice back to Harlem for the crackheads. Anyway, if he really deadass had no idea why they were bringing him on, which I'm calling cap, there were way better ways to handle it. Instead of engaging in a constructive dialogue, the interview went into a spectacle. It's going to be an internet meme now, and that'll be the end of that. Wasn't a good look for anyone involved. In case you ain't know, Cam is like 48. You got to grow up at some point, my nigga. And he lost a dope opportunity to get that message out that the media definitely likes to bring on certain black personalities to break down beef or shuck and jive for him. But again, you sitting there saying what you about to do after you drink your porno juice. Come on, dog. I'm not even going to begin getting into him doing it to a black woman. But inquiring minds would like to know if he was talking to Rachel Maddow or one of them instead of Abby Phillips, would he be telling her about the cheeks he about to get after the interview? I know it may seem like it's about one person's actions, but it's actually about how these actions reflect on the larger community. As public figures, whether you want it or not, there's a certain level of responsibility you got to uphold, especially when representing the community, whether you want it or not. So what can we learn from this? It's important to remember that how we represent ourselves matter, even when faced with tough questions, things we might not like. It's crucial to handle the situation with grace and respect. Trust me, y'all, this coming from someone who used to be a bug out, but we got to grow up at some point. With all that said, on the unserious side, it was a little bit funny. But I'd love to hear your guys' thoughts on this. Do you agree with my perspective? How you think Cam could have handled the situation better? Let's have a respectful and constructive conversation in the comments below. So that's all I got for today's video. If you found the discussion interesting, give this video a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe for more content like this. Until the next time, it's your boy Cash. Peace out, y'all.